Let me ask you this. Did you ever fear death? Many saw you as fearless. Was that true? Your most famous words are quoted everywhere. Be water, my friend. What did you mean by them, truly?
Anger can sharpen focus or destroy it. For you, was it a weapon or a wound?
He was a philosopher disguised as a fighter, a man who broke barriers with movement and built bridges with thought. Tonight, he returns to speak, not with fists, but with wisdom. Bruce Lee, the dragon, the thinker, the man who taught the world to be water. Tonight on the Afterlife Show, we meet the legend behind the legend and ask what it truly means to master yourself.
Before the legend, before the movies, before the name.
Mime.
Who were you?
I was movement before I was a name. I was a restless boy in Hong Kong, running between rooftops and alleyways, testing gravity, not defying it, but asking why it holds us. My parents wanted discipline. The world wanted identity. I only wanted freedom, the kind that comes when your body and your mind stop arguing. The dragon wasn't born one day. It grew from the questions I could never stop asking.
Many say martial arts defined you. But did it save you or swallow you whole?
It saved me from ignorance, but it also chained me to pursuit. Discipline gives you power, but obsession asks for everything. Every punch I threw was a question. What am I capable of? And every victory whispered, more. The danger isn't in the fight. It's in mistaking perfection for peace. Martial arts should set you free, not trap you in your own legend.
You crossed an ocean and found both opportunity and resistance. How did America change the way you fought and what you fought for?
When I came to America, I found mirrors everywhere. People showing me who they thought I was. Some saw a teacher, some a novelty. But the mirror is the enemy of truth if you never step away from it. So I broke the mirror. I taught anyone who wished to learn, color, culture, creed. None of that mattered to me. I wasn't fighting men. I was fighting the idea that one form, one face, one style is superior. If my fists had purpose, it was to prove that fluidity has no race.
Anger can sharpen focus or destroy it. For you, was it a weapon or a wound?
Anger's fire. If you warm your hands, it keeps you alive. If you clutch it, it burns everything you touch. In my youth, I let anger lead. It made me strong, but also careless. I learned too late that control isn't the same as suppression. True mastery is feeling the flame and still choosing the direction of its light.
Your most famous words are quoted everywhere. Be water, my friend. What did you mean by them, truly?
Water is humble. It shapes itself to the vessel, but never loses its nature. It's patient, wearing down stone not by force, but by persistence. When I said be water, I didn't mean softness, I meant adaptability. To live is to flow, not to resist, not to cling, not even to control. When you are water, you can fill any role, face any storm, and still return to calm. That is strength without stiffness, power without pride.
When the spotlight found you, did it make your message louder or blur it.
Fame is a mirror covered in fingerprints. At first it helps you see yourself. Soon it only shows what others expect to find. I wanted to use the screen to share philosophy through motion, not myth. But the brighter the light, the harder it is to stay real. I learned that if your purpose is clear, fame is a megaphone. If it isn't, it's a mask.
Confidence drove you, but how did you stop it from becoming ego?
Ego is the shadow of achievement. Discipline built my body, but humility kept me learning. When you believe you have arrived, the path disappears beneath you. So I practiced forgetting, emptying myself after every success. A cup already full can take no new water. I tried each day to pour mine out.
Many saw you as fearless. Was that true?
No one is fearless. Fear is the partner of ambition. It tells you that the dream matters. What matters is the conversation you have with it. When fear spoke, I listened, then moved anyway. Courage isn't silence. It's motion through the noise.
You trained it to perfection. Did it free you?
Yeah.
Or trap you?
The body is the brush. Movement is the ink. I painted my philosophy through muscle and breath. But when people begin worshipping the brush instead of the painting, I felt confined. Injury taught me the difference between power and purpose. When the body breaks, only the mind continues the art.
You lived between worlds. Which one claimed you?
I carried both, but belonged to neither. Culture gave me form. Experience gave me depth. Identity is not a cage, it's clay. I shaped mine with every encounter, every challenge, until nationality mattered less than humanity. If you train your spirit well, the world itself becomes your country.
You faced doors closed because of who you were. How did that struggle change you?
At first, I fought to prove I belonged. Later, I realized belonging is a decision, not a permission. Prejudice is blindness taught by fear. I could not make everyone see, but I could live in a way that forced them to question what they refused to look at. Every time I broke a barrier on screen, I was breaking it inside myself too.
Physical, emotional, professional. You faced them all. What did pain teach you?
Pain is an honest teacher. It never flatters. It only reveals. From pain, I learned patience, how to pause without quitting. I learned that every injury is a message. Adjust, adapt, refine. Pain tells you where the lesson hides. Without it, strength would have no compass.
You've been called one of the strongest men alive, not just physically, but mentally. How do you define strength?
Strength is not hardness. It is the ability to remain centered when everything around you demands that you break. Muscle can resist, but spirit must endure. True strength is flexibility with purpose. The bamboo bends in the wind, but never loses its place in the earth. I sought to be that bamboo, firm in root, free in movement.
You chased perfection in every form.
Yeah.
The body, the art, the mind. Did it cost you connection?
Perfection is a horizon. You can chase it, but never arrive. The closer I came to mastery, the fewer people understood the language I was speaking. Sometimes excellence is a lonely dialect, but solitude is not the enemy, it is the forge. The fire that shapes you will never be crowded.
Let me ask you this. Did you ever fear death?
I did not fear death. I feared wasting life. To fear the inevitable is to abandon the moment you still possess. I trained so that if death came mid-kick, it would find me alive in motion. When your purpose burns brighter than your fear, even the end becomes a bow of respect. one form changing into another.
You were still evolving. If time had allowed, what would you have done next?
I would have stripped away more layers. Jeet Kune was never meant to be a system. It was a doorway. I wanted to teach people not how to fight, but how to express honestly. Art, at its height, should vanish and leave only the truth behind. Given more years, I would have worked toward silence, movement so pure that the technique disappears.
Today, martial arts are everywhere: sports, entertainment, global industry. Does that future make you proud or concerned?
Both. The body moves faster now. The spirit sometimes lags behind. Competition can sharpen skill, but dull philosophy. Martial arts are not about domination. They are about relationship, between breath and motion, student and teacher, force and mercy. If the world remembers that, I am content. If not, then the dragon still has work to do.
You broke barriers, but you also battled a system that wanted your face more than your philosophy. Did Hollywood ever really understand you?
Hollywood understood the image, the fist, the roar, the spectacle. But philosophy moves slower than film reels. I learned that change doesn't happen through agreement. It happens through persistence. They didn't need to understand me right away. They just needed to remember that I existed. Understanding comes later, when the noise fades and the truth remains.
If not in the ring or on film, winner is, where was your hardest battle?
My hardest fight was against limitation, the invisible chains of doubt, expectation, and fatigue. The body heals fast. The spirit does not. There were days when I felt like my own opponent, questioning whether the world would ever see beyond the stereotype. But each question became another rep, another breath. I fought not to prove I was invincible, but that I was possible.
After all the striving, the speed, the precision, the philosophy, did you ever find peace?
Peace isn't found, it's practiced. In stillness, in motion, in imperfection. There were moments, holding my son, teaching a student, breathing before a scene, when everything aligned, even if only for seconds. That was peace, fleeting but real. You can't possess calm, you can only visit it, often enough that it knows your name.
You spoke often of mastery. Now, from beyond time, how has your definition changed?
Mastery is no longer about control, it's about harmony. When you stop trying to dominate your art, it starts to breathe through you. I used to think mastery was perfection. Now I see it's alignment. When your purpose, your action, and your heart all move in the same rhythm. That rhythm is endless. That's why the art never dies.
Your phrase is everywhere. Printed, quoted, even commercialized. What do people still miss?
Many repeat it as inspiration, but few live it as discipline. Water is not passive. It shapes mountains, finds pathways, transforms with temperature. To be water is to live awake. Adaptable, yes, but intentional. If you flow without awareness, you're not water. You're driftwood. Flow requires focus, and focus demands humility.
If you could step into this era, the world of social media, instant fame, endless noise, how would you teach your students now?
I'd begin with silence, before movement, before dialogue. Silence. You cannot know your voice until you've heard your breath. Then I would remind them, the screen is not your mirror. 1,000 likes cannot teach what one true moment of understanding can. Train your attention. The rest will follow.
Your name became larger than life. Was that a reward or a weight?
Both. A legend is like armor. It protects, but it also restricts. People forget there's a human heartbeat beneath the myth. but legends have a purpose. They make people believe in potential. If my story became bigger than me, I accept it, as long as it helps someone smaller believe they can grow.
One last question. If you could define your legacy in a single breath, what would it be?
Remember me not as the dragon, but as the man who tried to live awake. Every kick, every thought, every moment was a question. How alive can a person be? If that question keeps others searching, then I'm still here, flowing where the form ends, but the spirit continues.
He taught that movement is thought, and thought is movement, that power without philosophy is noise, and peace without challenge is sleep. Tonight, Bruce Lee reminded us that mastery is not the end of the journey. It's the moment we learn to flow.